Beast is some floating demon, that comes around. He comes around when Job is around. He comes around. He said, "I'm going to take out all of Job's children," and then he came to Puff the Magic Dragon. Now during the time of Solomon, the beast aka Puff the Magic Dragon, came around to Solomon, and that wacky smoke and said, "Get them Edomite women. Get them Edomite women." Like I said, Nate, Gahana, keep making them videos, man, because every time you make a video, you put both of your feet, and it's amazing that a man can put one foot in his mouth, but you are able to manage to put both of your feet in your goddamn mouth. In your mouth. Because he said Solomon got the mark of the beast. The beast wasn't even around. And if you watched our videos, you would know that the beast is talking about NATO, the EU, and the United States. That's their military force. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why you got to watch the videos. Revelation 13:15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand.
Read that again. Rich and poor, free and bond.
And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor.
This guy is a prominent banker. He has to be rich. So that's the rich. You got something?
Yeah. The Greek word for rich, because Nate, we like to stick it. We're gonna read the Greek word, plusios, wealthy, abounding in material resources. From the word there in the scripture, so you know what kind of rich it's talking about in Revelation. Because when you look up the Greek word there, it's plusios, which means wealthy, abounding in material resources. Now, what word comes to mind in relation to the article? Prominent, which means the guy was wealthy, abounding in material resources.
That's right.
It says, free and bond to receive a mark.
Hold up, free and bond. They have a system, and a prison system. I know it's in the UK. It's probably going to come over here. It's probably over here now in certain states. But they're going to try to nationalize it in the prison system. Let's say you're facing 20 years or whatever, 20 plus years. They might say, well, you already did 7 years, and we're going to let you out in 6 months, but we got to monitor you. You can be a part of this program, but you got to get this chip. So rich and poor, free and bound. That's anybody in the prison system. That's an employee, because you have to get a bond or bound. Go ahead.
It says to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Now, didn't the elder just read earlier about the military? There was a certain group of elite military that's going to get a chip in their brains. Well, that's their forehead, inside their head. All right, go ahead.
Just in relation to what Elder Tar said about the UK and the prisoners, this is from Slashdot. It says proposal for UK prisoners to be given RFID implants. Rayson writes, there's a proposal in the UK to implant machine-readable microchips under the skin of thousands of offenders in an effort to free up more space in British jails.
And what do you think they're going to do? They're going to say, no, I'll do it full time? They'll say yes.
Yeah, and that's dated, that's pretty much the point of the article. That's dated Sunday, January 13th, 2008. So it's a relatively...
and I remember when it first came out, and we spoke about it on the street. Go ahead, go back to...
Okay, yeah, so let me finish that one. Banker gets ID chip implant to help publicize a company that makes microchips that can be implanted in humans for identification purposes. A prominent San Francisco banker got chipped Monday so that his living will is just a scan away if he ever becomes seriously ill. The chip was an answer to his increasing paranoia of having the specific provisions in his will executed. So, so according to this, the conditions of his will was that he had to take that chip. In a worst case scenario, said Mr. Merriman, who does not have any serious medical conditions. That was dated September 19, 2005. Here's one. Brit license plates get chipped. The British government is preparing to test new high-tech license plates containing microchips capable of transmitting unique vehicle identification numbers and other data to readers more than 300 feet away. Officials in the United States say they'll be closely watching the British trial as they contemplate initiating their own tests of the plates, which incorporate radio frequency identification or RFID tags to make vehicles electronically trackable. And that's from Wired News, August 9th, 2005. Let's see here. This is another one. RFID reads 99.5% of airline luggage. RFID technology supplier R4 Global Solutions VP of Technology Charles Rice, VP means Vice President of Technology Charles Rice, says RFID is much better suited to airline baggage tracking than barcode-based solutions. And that's from Supply Chain Review, April 2nd, 2005. Here's another one. German researchers move forward on plastic RFID chip. Researchers in Germany have come one step closer to realizing a dream of manufacturers, retailers, and other companies seeking advanced but inexpensive ways to trace products and materials. A chip or a cheap chip made of plastic that can be printed on foil the same way a newspaper is printed on paper. And that's from Computer World, January 13, 2005.
Yeah, so if they're going to use this chip technology on inanimate objects, why not use them on actual people?
Yeah. Yeah, well, the elites, they look at you as inanimate objects anyway. They, matter of fact, them so-called Jews, they have a term they call you people, they call them goyim. When you look up the word goyim, it means cattle. So that's how they look at you, as cattle. And you can, you can tag your cattle, you can brand your cattle, And this is another one. It says
you can eat your cattle.
Yeah, you can eat your cattle. You can sacrifice your cattle. In ancient times, cattle was sacrificed.
That's what these devils do, man. That's why all these kids, at one point, you buy a carton of milk and it'll be a kid on there.
Yeah, carton.
And it says this kid has been missing for X amount of months or whatever.
Yep.
Have you seen this kid? That kid is gone. They sacrificed that kid, man.
Yep, that's right.
That's
right. Yeah, that's the harsh reality that's going on with these devils. You tribes, you're gonna find out why we call this so-called white man the devil, man.
Yeah, you're gonna experience Revelation 12 verse 12. You're gonna experience it.
That's right, brother. The next one is chips coming to a brain near you. Professor Theodore W. Berger, probably a so-called Jew. Yeah. Director of Center for Neural Engineering at the University of Southern California. Now, remember the scripture, it says they accomplish a diligent search. All right? So, once again, there's these devils searching out ways to put you tribes back in slavery, because that's essentially what they want to do. It's creating a silicon chip implant that mimics the hippocampus, an area of the brain known for creating memories. I'll read that again. It says, Professor Theodore W. Berger, director of the Center for Neural Engineering at the University of Southern California, is creating a silicon chip implant that mimics the hippocampus, an area of the brain known for creating memories. If successful, the artificial brain prosthesis could replace its biological counterpart, enabling people who suffer from memory disorders to regain the ability to store new memories. And that's from Wired News.
In thy right hand or in thy forehead.
Go on. Yep, that's from Wired News, October 22nd, 2004. Here's another one. Identity badge worn under skin approved for use.